All right, all right. Peace to
Right.
everybody in the room.
Peace to the room.
I hope everybody's doing well.
Welcome.
We got a special segment today. This is what can make it better. We like to get up here and have intellectual conversation about what's going on in the world, things we could do to make it better, whether big or small, on many different levels and many different categories we like to speak. So today we have our special guest with us, SeamossHead, and she's going to be introducing herself and telling us what she's all about. Clearly, y'all can see it's about seamoss, and that's like a super herb to us right now. She gifted us some seamoss, so we anxious to try it and get in the gym. As a matter of fact,
Yep.
so everybody.
We about to work out after the Zoom and take the seamoss.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So I just want to shout out the promo code for SeamossHead.com. It's Squeaky Clean Head. You get 20% off all gel herbal infusions or free shipping with raw products only, like raw seamoss. So you can use that promo code Squeaky Clean Head. Yeah, I need to show off the seamoss because.
Oh yeah, you definitely showed them. I got me some elderberry. I love elderberry, and I figured the best way to go about it was that.
This is the cat's claw. It says MC.
So did everybody receive that seamoss?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. We gotta go pick it
mine up.
I got all of these seamosses right here. This is the elderberry.
Definitely appreciate it.
Yeah.
Funny of it. So yeah, we with SeamossHead, and she's definitely we've been going live to introduce this and everything like that, and the energy's just been going up and up and up. I just been feeling very inspired just by hearing like a lot of the peace talk and a lot of the health talk and everything like that. It's just been inspiring for me. Like I'm ready to put some of this out into the atmosphere right now at this point, honestly.
Definitely.
So we're gonna let you what you want to do? Let her introduce herself first.
Yeah, of course. Wait, I got one more to show off. This is the Anunnaki.
Yeah, that one
looks powerful. This is powerful. I took some. I was like, oh snap. It's a little spicy. I love it.
Yeah,
thank you.
Try that one.
Gratitude, for real.
Like a cream purple type.
We appreciate y'all.
I appreciate you too. Thanks for having me. Unfortunately, the code was the way it was on the flyer, so a lot of people who anticipated on showing up won't be able to make it. But those who are meant to be here are here. I say.
Mm-hmm.
So my name is Tinya Lewis, the proud owner and operator of SeamossHead LLC. We specialize in seamoss, raw seamoss, wholesale seamoss, retail seamoss, and customized seamoss. Customized seamoss for your health journey, for your health goals, or if you like to target health issues. We're located in Los Angeles, California, but we service all over the world, proudly. I currently have a distro set up in Arizona and in California, and we hope to expand to every city and every state in the world one day. Today is actually a beautiful day for me. It is my 3rd year anniversary today.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. So yeah, I'm very excited about today. And let's just get it going. Let's go.
Yeah, I would definitely like to see you, get to the point where you worldwide with it and everything like that. I think that's a great aspiration.
Definitely.
Sure. Especially
I feel like it's definitely possible for sure.
Yeah. With the amount of care that she puts into her products, it's definitely possible. Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. She got that love. I'm saying she got that touch from me.
Right. For sure. So we're gonna get into these questions. We got a couple of good questions for you and stuff like that, all about the company, all about wellness and everything like that. So who wants to start it up? Squeaky, is it gonna be you? Is it gonna be me? Squeaky, you there? Okay, okay. All right, so I want to know what inspired you to get into natural medicine and herbal medicine, especially CMOS with the herbal infusions.
That's a great question. What inspired me is because I got sick myself, and conventional medications, the patented medications, wasn't working for me. You know, it's a saying that for every ill there's a pill, but for every pill there's also another ill. So I saw that happening to myself. So I just went on a journey to try to heal myself naturally, because I understand that medication, conventional medication, patented medication don't heal you anyway. It just masks problems. Before I go any further, I want to give a disclaimer and say that I am not a doctor. I'm not an herbalist. I'm not a nurse or nutritionist or anything like that. I'm just a person that's speaking from my own personal clinical trials and experiences and testimonies of customers, you know, that I have. So, with your permission, I like your permission to share my knowledge with you, with the understanding that I'm not advising you to stop taking your medication. I'm not even giving you medical advice. I'm just here to share my experiences and tell you about my company.
Yes, that's definitely granted. We all here to talk about, our experiences and everything like that. And while you at that, you could also you could speak on, if you feel, you could speak on, like, what did the doctors tell you? Like, we like to hear this type of information because sometimes people get in situations, they get discouraged because a doctor said, oh, this is what it is, and they had to go along with it or they had to go against it. Like, you could speak on that too as well. As much as you feel comfortable sharing, feel free to share.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Very comfortable sharing. So I got this career. I started this new career and they gave me medical. Um, so I figured, well, since I got medical, let me go to the doctor. You know, I'm paying for it. Went to the doctor and I had the checkup, did the blood work and everything. And as I walked in my house, that's when we still have a landline, but landlines were more popular then. The phone was ringing real, real loud. And I don't know if y'all know how energy worked, but the phone was ringing loud. I knew it was something. So I answered the phone and they said, Mr. Lewis, are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm fine. You know, what's going on? This is the doctor. Basically, your sugar is like 800 right now. Um, you really should be in a coma. But what we need you to do is call an ambulance and go to the nearest hospital. So I go. I said, I'm cool. I'm gonna just go. So I go to the doctor, and they said I had to call, had them doctors to call the other doctors. Anyway, make a long story short, they told me that I had diabetes, which I didn't know. I had high blood pressure, which I didn't know. I had neuropathy, which I knew my hands and my feet and my legs tingled and hurt, but I didn't know what it was called. But I discovered that I had neuropathy. I was very overweight, so I had sleep apnea. So while asleep, I would always wake up choking. And then I couldn't sleep. I suffered from not being able to sleep too, and I had high cholesterol. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of stuff going on with me that I didn't know. So again, you know, I come from a culture where nobody goes to the doctor or whatever. So I said, okay, well, they gave me a little IV, brought my sugar down. I said, well, how long I got to take this? And they said, oh no, this is for the rest of your life. This is your lifestyle now. And when they said that to me, it was in slow motion, and it did something to my spirit. And so I went home, you know, I was in shock, started taking the medication. I started getting sicker. Like more stuff started happening. And so I said, nah, I can't live like this. So I started going on a journey, YouTube University, Google, how to reverse. I said, I'm gonna start with this diabetes stuff because they explained to me the reason why you pee a lot. I said, yeah. Is your vision blurry? Yeah. Are you thirsty? Yeah. It was like, okay, so the reason why you feel like this, that's diabetes. So I wanted to start with that because that was my biggest problem. So I started doing research online. I started doing research on YouTube, and no matter what I searched, one name kept popping up. Dr. Sebi, Dr. Sebi, Dr. Sebi. And I was like, well, let me click it and see what he talking about. He kept talking about seamoss, seamoss. And I was like, what the hell is seamoss? So I looked it up. Then I called Dr. Goss. Shout out to Dr. Goss. That's the master herbalist that, in the neighborhood where I grew up. And he said he had some powder. So I went to the health food store and I got some powder. And I kept doing my research on sea moss, the different minerals that they have, how they help the body, and so forth. And I started taking it. And so I started sharing with, I told a few family members, like, hey, I'm sick, right? I didn't know I was sick, but I'm sick. So they invited me to come out and start going jogging with us. I couldn't jog at first, I was too sick. I was too heavy, way too heavy. It's like 280 pounds. So, it was like a month and a half, I started jogging, and I was jogging further than them and faster than them. I stopped taking the medications by then because it was just making me sicker. And it was like in the little huddle talking on the side. I was like, hey, what y'all talking about? They said, you. Like, we trying to figure out what you doing. We invited you out here. You faster than us. You making more progress than us. Your energy levels are astronomical. What are you doing? And so I said, oh, I'm just taking this stuff called seamoss, right? So then, what's seamoss? Oh, and I started telling them what seamoss was. And they said, well, give us some. And I said, nah, I'll sell you some because I had to buy it. So you got to buy it too. And they started buying it. And then other people in the park started seeing us and they started buying it.
What
And they
year
started
was
telling
that?
other people. This was 6 years ago. This is 6 years ago. So this is 2022. I don't know, what, 2015, 2016, something like that. In 2016.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'll get
Hmm.
to why I asked in a second.
Okay, no problem. So yeah, basically to answer your question in short, because I'll go on because I'm just so passionate about how it helped heal me. I got sick and I wanted to find a natural way to heal myself because I understood that medication is not designed to heal, it's to mask.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, but it takes a lot. It takes a while to learn. Like, yo, medicines are not unless you're taking like something short term and you got like a healing plan of your own. It's kind of like when you get medicines, conventional medicines. I'm speaking on. It's kind of like you got to also have a plan of like, okay, how am I gonna get off of it? What lifestyle change am I gonna make myself to make it better for me after this? Because like you said, it's a mask. You might have high blood pressure and you be taking something that thins your blood and stuff like that, then your blood could get too thin, or then if you're not around the medication or you run out, then you panicking. So yeah.
Yeah, so I stopped taking the medication, but at that point I was so far gone and sick that I still needed the medication to kind of balance me back out. So as much as I'm not for Western or conventional medication, they do have the technology to tell you what's going on. And then if you're in like a state of emergency, then it is good to bring you back down, you know, to be leveled. But it's not meant for you to stay there, to stay on it. So again, I leveled myself out and then I went back natural. And then I just continued to go to my checkups like every 3 months, because I want to see if the fasting I was doing, if the detoxes I was doing, you know, if the meditations that I was doing was actually working. And, you know, the doctors say, well, what are you doing? I said, what you mean, what am I doing? Is something wrong? And they said, nah, like, whatever you're doing is working, right? I was like, oh, put this in my chart. I'm taking this stuff called CMOS. They didn't want to write it in the chart, and they didn't write it in the chart, but they started reducing my medication, and then eventually said, as long as you keep doing what you're doing, you don't have to take the medication. So it's been 3 years. I haven't taken any medication. I don't take medication. I'm not required to take medication. So I said that to say, I don't advise nobody to just go cold turkey on the medication if that's what you want. You have to take the steps to, you know, heal yourself and then get off the medication. But if you're not gonna heal yourself, if you're not gonna eat right, exercise, you know, meditate, do your breath work, do your shadow work, then stay on the medication because you're wasting your time. So CMOS is for people who want to improve and increase the quality of their life and their health. And that's how it works.
It's a serious transition, and that's what that's what people don't realize. It's a serious transition when you're going from getting off certain medicines. Let's say you've been on certain medicines for 5 years, 7 years, or more. It's a serious transition. You can't just, okay, I'm gonna just get off the medicine. I'm not gonna talk to any doctors. I'm just gonna watch a video about Dr. Sebi real quick, go work out a couple times, and I'm gonna get off this medicine. Like, it's people be thinking it's that simple. It's really kind of difficult to do. So shout out to you for doing that.
Well, I can tell you this. After 3 months of doing CMOS, that's when I got off my medication. 3 months.
That's exceptional. That's exceptional.
Yeah. That's unheard of.
That's right.
3 months.
So you was taking with a teaspoon a day or something like that, or?
Nah, I don't take no teaspoon. I started off taking capsules because all I had access to was powder. So I started off taking 2 capsules, then I went up to 3 capsules, which each capsule is like 500 milligrams. But then as I began to do research and seeing that it's an actual seaweed, right? I started developing relationships and rapport with people on social media. That's why I love social media, and in other countries. And I took a leap of faith, and I said, you know, hey, this is my name. I'm here in the United States, and I'm interested in CMOS. So I was able to get some imported from the West Indies. That's where I started, in the West Indies, in Grenada. And somebody sent me some over, and I started taking it raw. And when I started taking it raw, I was taking like 2 to 4 tablespoons a day, like 2 in the morning and 2 at night. And the reason why I did that is because, okay, in my mind, I thought, if I'm not going to be taking the metformin, quote unquote, which is one of the medications I was on, then I have to replace that with something. And that's what people have to realize. We have to, even like with a baby, right? When you take something from a baby, the only way you can, you know, not make them feel scorned is to do the trading system with them. So if you take something they're not supposed to have, you give them something they're supposed to have. Right. They're more adaptable to no, doesn't feel like, you know, a stab in the chest, and it doesn't feel like rejection, or it doesn't make you feel like you're doing something wrong. So my mother did that with me growing up. She did the exchange system. And so I knew it was instilled in me already that I have to do the exchange system with myself. So I exchanged metformin with CMOS. So every time I was supposed to take the metformin, I would take CMOS. And my blood work is beautiful.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, but I didn't forget the fact that they didn't take note of this.
Yeah, I bet they didn't.
I didn't want to write that down. No, I tell them all the time, you gonna write it in my chart that I'm still doing it? Nah.
Amazing, amazing. So earlier I asked what year, you know, did the CMOS, I think you was started using it and stuff like that, and you started like talking about it and telling other people and stuff like that. I asked because I was just trying to see like when was it before like CMOS got like all crazy to where people already knew if you told them and stuff like that, or people was like, I know people was probably like lost at that time because like we definitely didn't know what CMOS was around 2015 unless you was really like on Dr. Sepp's and really like was researching what he was on. You wouldn't really know about it.
Yeah. So are you asking me when did I form SeamossHead, the business?
No, I asked the question earlier about like when did you start telling people about CMOS like when you first took it? But you can get into that too because we
2016.
want you to expound on your journey. You can definitely
Yeah,
talk about
like
when
in
you started.
2016, when they started taking me off my medication, right? I went to prayer and meditation. I was just like, God, I ain't taking the credit. I know it was you. You just tell me what you want me to do because I don't know how I could ever repay you. And I heard a voice, the voice you hear without your ears. A voice, it said, go and you tell everybody what CMOS did for you. So I started telling people, I started telling my neighbors, hey, look, you know how you said you sick? Look, I was sick, right? I stopped taking this, I started doing this. Try this, right? But they would say stuff like, oof, that's nasty. I don't want that. I'm not gonna do that. And I would be like, well, what would make you want to take it? Right? They say, well, maybe if it tastes like something, right? But I was still working, I still had a career. I was still in career, when I discovered CMOS. And so what happened was my job started getting in the way. I start, because I had one of those careers where they give you a certain amount of work, and when you're done, you can go home. And so I started finishing my work in like an hour or two because people wanted CMOS, and they started giving me more work instead of just letting me go home. They started giving me more work, and I was like, "Man, like, this ain't how this supposed to work. I'm supposed to be able to do my job and go home." And so I had to make a decision, myself or them, and I chose myself. So I chose myself,
I'm glad
and
you did.
yeah, I chose myself, and so I walked away from that career, and I didn't stop doing what I do as far as that career is concerned. I saved my money, and I bought the equipment needed so that I could continue and form that business for myself. So I took some money and I bought some equipment so I can continue doing that career, but for myself. And then shout out to that job because I'm a bootstrap business. I took some money and I formed CMOssHead. Now, when I formed CMOssHead, I kept making excuses, right? I kept saying, I'm gonna start when I get the money to form the LLC. I'm gonna start when I think of a name. I'm gonna start when I think of a logo. I'm gonna start. And then one day I heard that voice again, that one you hear without your ears, that said, just do it. Don't worry about none of that, just do it. I went on a water fast. I was in a water fast and I was meditating, right? And so I was like, okay, what do I want to do with this? I want to tell everybody about it. I thought of a million different names, and I was like, man, all I know is I was in meditation. I was like, all I know is I eat, sleep, think, and dream CMOS, right? And then it hit me like, wait a minute. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to change the narrative, you know, hey, what can we do to make it better, right? I know what I could do. I can take all my negatives and turn them into a positive. So I said, okay, we got crackheads, but I'm gonna flip that. I'm gonna yin yang that to a CMOS head, a person who eat, sleep, think, dream, CMOS, health, wellness, meditation, minerals, a person who want a better life. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And plus I came from the block. I'm from the block, right? I used to be that person in the kitchen whipping up that work. So CMOS head is my redemption. You understand? Because I went from the kitchen to the kitchen.
I know
I
exactly what
like
you
that. I
mean.
love
That's
that.
dope.
From the
You
kitchen to the
see?
Nah, that's
kitchen.
fire.
I
That's
love to
fire. I'm
hear
not even
that.
gonna front. Quick question, right? What gave you like the confidence to like take that leap of faith?
Hold on, Roy, because we're about to cut off. Just in case it does cut off, we'll continue in the next segment. Everybody could just hop back on as soon as it cuts out.
There's
Just
4
hop
minutes
back in
left.
the room.
All right, no
Alright.
problem.
Yeah, it's 4 minutes left on this meeting, so you could like introduce that.
Yeah, you could do that. You can
Okay.
repeat the question, Roy T.
I went to a meditation last night with royalty in mind, and I'm so happy that you asked the question, because the answer I'm gonna give is gonna be for everybody here, but it's directed for you, for your lifestyle, and for your mindset right now.
Solid. I like that. I appreciate that.
I said,
Sure.
All right, so we could take a little break then. We could take a little break because there's only 3 minutes left.
Oh, if you can answer the question in 3 minutes, CMOS, and go ahead.
You can, or we could take a break. It's up to you.
well, it's up to royalty. What you want to
Yeah,
do?
let's get it started. Yeah, let's get it started. You know, we can always pick back up when we get back in.
Okay, real quick. I don't know if you got a pen or a paper, but remember these 3 words: 42 ideals of my yacht.
Yeah, I'm about to write that down.
Repeat that 3 times a day for 21 days straight and rewrite your DNA.
Could you repeat that again? 42 what?
42 ideals of my yacht. The Egyptian, Thoth's
That's from
wife,
Africa.
Thoth's wife, Thoth's goddess.
That's my aunt, meaning MAAT, right?
Yes. That was the wife of Thoth.
M.A.
And
Yeah,
he
I think
considered
that's
her a
really a good one.
goddess. That's a shortcut.
It's good because spiritually for you right now, I think that's going to hit you a certain way. I'm not 100% familiar with Maya, but I know about it, and I know the laws are just set up a very how can I say, it's set up to free your soul, almost like it's set up to free them laws is set up to free your souls, basically. That's how I
So
look at it.
it's all about balance. My aunt is balance.
Right,
It's set up to decode the epigenetic trauma and curses that we have today.
Okay.
We're gods and goddesses, so we have to move like gods and goddesses.
That's
Right,
real
because we
talk.
definitely wasn't moving like that.
Right.
We gotta get back to that.
Yeah,
So you said to repeat that 3 times a day?
Yes, for 21 days.
That's a mission right there. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna come back in and then we'll continue the conversation from that last question. If that's all right with y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we
Right.
going down right now. We about to take a little break, y'all. This is Creative Collection. What can make it better? We here with SeamossHead getting right. You know what I'm saying? To make a transformation. I love the transformation. So we having a good conversation right now. We're gonna take this break and get right back in tune with it and take it to another level because these questions is about to go up to another level.